due to open shortly today in the Rwandan capital Kigali. The skirmishes have claimed more than 300 lives. A shaky ceasefire has held since late Monday following the fighting that raged for 4 days in the South Sudanese capital Juba. Some 40,000 people have been forced to flee their homes. Now, for more on this, we are joined live from Kigali in Rwanda by our foreign editor Sophie Mokoena. Very good morning to you, Sophie.
Good morning.
How are the preparations going for the opening today?
Well, the opening is expected to start at 2 o'clock today, where heads of state will deliberate on issues affecting the continent. We expect the AU chair, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, to give a briefing or a report in terms of what has been achieved since the January summit. But also we are expecting President Paul Kagame, the Rwandan president, to set the tone because he is the host. And he is going to touch on issues such as peace and security, development, and other issues that are related to the development of the continent. We have heard that the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is around. Yesterday he attended the South Sudan talks, where they were discussing the current problems in South Sudan.
Now, you say South Sudan is very much in the news. How prominently is it likely to feature throughout the week?
Well, yesterday the meeting agreed that they will definitely have to increase the force, and they want to change the mandate of the force to the protection force. But there was also a heated debate around whether there should be an arms embargo against South Sudan, and Ban Ki-moon trying to push that there should be an arms embargo, but heads of state saying that cannot happen. We were told also that there's an agreement that they should make sure that they demilitarize Juba, where fighting often takes place. But unfortunately, the two leaders are not here, but the delegation was part of the discussions, and we are hoping that later today at the media briefing, we will be taken into confidence in terms of what transpired there, and also the final decision from IGAD, but also including the high-level panel headed by Ntate Festus Mogae, but also the UN will be part of that. And of course, President Zuma attended the talks. As you are aware that South Africa has got relations with South Sudan.
Now, the AU has been advocating for 2 permanent seats in the United Nations Security Council. What are the developments on that front?
Well, it's not clear yet. The meeting was behind closed doors. A committee of 10 did meet yesterday to discuss the transformation of the Security Council and the UN in particular. You are aware that in January this year in Addis, the then chair of the AU, President Robert Mugabe, made a call that this matter must definitely be addressed. And we know very well that Africa is in one in terms of ensuring that we get 2 permanent seats. But the problem is who will be those countries. There were talks that Nigeria wants a seat, South Africa wants a seat. But the feeling is that this matter must be properly debated so that all the countries or member countries of AU are in support in terms of the position that's likely to be taken, so that those 2 countries, when they go there, they go with authority but with overwhelming mandate. Therefore, we are waiting to hear at the media briefing today whether the matter has been finalized, because come September, the General Assembly at the UN, this matter must be concluded. And indeed, Africa wants 2 seats in the Security Council. It can't be business as usual. You look at the conflicts around the world, Africa is affected, and the Security Council always take decisions around what's happening in the continent, but you don't have permanent seat. Therefore, it can't be business as usual. There must be a new world order.
You're quite right there, Sophie. And just one last thing. What other issues are likely to top the agenda at the summit?
Well, the theme of the summit revolves around issues of human rights, particularly with the focus on women and children. And therefore, we'll get a report from Advocate Pensitla Kula, who's charged with responsibility to monitor issues of human rights in the continent. We'll see how far we've gone, but also you are aware that there are pockets of conflicts, and therefore, during conflicts, ordinary Africans are affected, and human rights violations do take place. I think there will be a mixed bag in terms of performance there, but indeed Africa is trying its best to ensure that we continue to respect the culture of human rights. The other important issue is the appointment or the election of the AU Commission. We are told that it will happen today, but that will demand that the person who must be elected must have an overwhelming mandate, and it looks like Africa is divided. There are those who are saying, let's park the issue, let's decide on this matter in January, particularly the ECOWAS, but you have other regions who are saying no, elections must take place. And we are told that Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, who's currently the chair, he wants elections. He really wants to go back home. But I think if it comes to a push where he has to continue until January, he will do so.
Well, thank you very much, Sophie, for that update there. Thank you very much, Sophie. Of course, that is our foreign editor, Sophie Mokoena, joining us live from Kigali there in Rwanda.